So, tough question. First and last name, spell it for me, and your position at UTC Aerospace Systems.
It's Andrew Jeffrey, A-N-D-R-E-W-J-E-F-F-R-E-Y, and I'm the Director of Business Development of the Malvern facility in the UK.
And you've been with UTC Aerospace how long?
Since the 1st of January 2012.
Okay, so what am I looking at? Listen, my master's is in communications. What am I looking at here? What is this piece of technology on your laptop?
So what you're looking at here is the latest piece of software from the Malvern facility, which is part of the SCi-Toolset. SCi stands for Simplifying Complex Information, which is where we take data from our sensors that are built in our Boston facility, but we turn them into actionable intelligence. This particular product you're seeing, SCi-Pulse, takes multi-mode radar information and turns it into intelligence. The actual picture you're seeing here is of a ground moving target indicator map. It's a heat map, so it's easily interpretable by the image analyst.
So when would our military forces use this? Can you give us a scenario where this technology would be an asset to our men and women in combat?
Yeah, so there's two ways we'd use GMTI. Firstly, we'd use it in if you like, setting up the pattern of life. So from the areas that we can see on the screen, and if we move this around, we can see where the movement is coming, where the vehicles are moving. Down the bottom of the screen you're seeing a major road, so that's why I'm showing a lot of heat. The top of the screen you're seeing a train coming through the scene. So I can differentiate between the two because I'm cross-cueing my radar imaging with my ground moving target imaging. So I can establish that that train is on time, which doesn't happen very often in the UK obviously, and I can establish if that pattern of life changes. So if I did the same thing again tomorrow at the same time and the train wasn't there, why isn't the train there? If that train was resupplying troops or something like that, or providing, I don't know, VIP transport, what has changed? So I can identify change in the battle space very, very quickly.
What has the reception of this technology been with customers?
With customers, this has been an exceptional show for us because word has really got out that we're working on SCi-Pulse. We've had a lot of interest from both larger customers and from smaller customers. There is a bit of a groundswell within the UK industry where we're seeing people who can all add to the total ISR product area, and SCi-Pulse really is a niche piece of that market. There are not many people doing easily interpretable radar interpretation tools. So we really feel we've got a good product here and that we can go on and either collaborate or sell it as a trade sale.
What has the evolution of this software been like in maybe the last 5 years? How have we seen UTC really, not just invest dollars, but time and really seen advances on how this is? I'm sure this is better than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm going to answer that the wrong way around. I'm going to talk about people, because the people at the Malvern facility are the real driving factor that makes this happen. We've got some outstanding software engineers. They took our legacy software that was really aimed at looking at electro-optical imagery from our sensors that we build in Massachusetts, in Boston, and we've adapted it to become sensor agnostic. So that's taken a lot of very clever people, quite a bit of time, but it's a step-changing capability, so we can offer a far wider product range to the wider ISR community, whether they be military, whether they be security services, or whether they be smaller UAV operators, for an example.
You joined the RAF in what year?
1986.
So when you think back to your time in service and you see what technology was then and now, what is your reaction when you look at something like this?
I flew the Tornado GL1 initially, and there was nothing like this. So to have a situation awareness tool that we can use on the battle space, and we can do this in real time via data links as well. So what we also produce is the Discover system, SCR Discover, which provides an intelligence backbone. So that will provide a node where I can store all my intelligence, all my imagery, all my raw data, all my intelligence reports. And then what I can do, I can have those at different locations, whether they be in headquarters, whether they be in deployed operations areas, or down on the front line even. And I can start sharing that information very, very quickly over narrow bandwidth. So it really has expanded the horizons of the ISR warfighter.
This makes my head hurt how advanced it is.
And mine. That's why we employ the clever people.
Can you kind of give me a summation of what we just experienced and what that was about?
The live demonstration area?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just kind of give me like if we were there, almost a show and tell of what that is and what it highlights.
Okay, so in the live demonstration area which was set up by the Farnborough International Air Show, what you really experienced in super rapid time was a real life scenario, taking intelligence gathering from multi platforms, multi sensors, using the SCi-Toolset to fuse those together and distribute the information, and then really enable a precision strike on targets and then capture of bad guys. So that's what you saw. From my time flying the MQ-9 Reaper, that may take weeks or days or months, okay, but we saw it in 9 minutes. So we tried to pack a lot in there, and the TAC-SAR product from UTC Aerospace and the SCi-Toolset was at the forefront of that, as you saw.
Where do you think the importance lies then? And grumpy people aside, I thought it was cool. So,
yeah.
What does that do to kind of be able to share in that experience, especially when you could show customers this,
yeah.
But then you could say, hey, come here, let me show you kind of how this works.
So this is my 7th day on the row at an air show, for having done 3 days at the Royal International Air Tattoo. The footfall that I can get by us contributing to that live demonstration area, every military delegation will go through that area. So I get a slight rest from my 7 day of continuous air shows, whilst we still get the customers knowing about our products, is really where the value is in it.
How did UTC Aerospace Systems work with Farnborough to create that experience? Because that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a reasonable amount of work, yeah, but that brings out another thing I'd like to highlight about our people, is that we are ISR experts. So the information that I passed on to the team at Crisis Cast that actually produced the live demo was kind of plucking at my ISR background from 25 years in the Air Force plus 6 years in industry. So it was easy for us to help and advise them and become their friends, so that again we were at the forefront of the live demo because we helped them potentially more than other people.
And last question, does the former military guy and you get a kick out of that too?
Yeah, because I'm helping. We always want to do our best, and UTC Aerospace want to do the best, but we want to support the war fighter and the ISR war fighter, as I call them, as well. So trying to keep people safe, whether they're deployed or back at home.
But it also represents, and I come from the Pratt world where it's an engine, which we're very proud of, but like with your group, it also demonstrates how UTC Aerospace System is integrated with all these different companies to make their mission successful, and we have to support that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're integrated with our customers as well, with field service representatives. We provide telephone support as well. So we're right throughout the product. We don't just throw it over the fence. As you said, this was making your head hurt trying to interpret it. We'll help them learn to interpret it, and then they will get support as we develop the product throughout its lifetime.
Anything you want to add that I missed, Andrew?
All good.
Okay, all good. Keep that screen up real quick. I want to get a close-up of it.